I am in the production business. I understand what is worth doing for ratings. I understand what is worth doing when the industry is canceling one Black guy. I know what happens when they are going to elevate another. And I know what happens when they don't care about either of you. This is how quarterbacking go. So the question is, hey, your quarterback just got sacked. Did we know we was fin to sack your quarterback? We absolutely did. It was a play, buddy. We've been rehearsing it, working it out, making sure that at some point, when you get to this level, we can make sure we knock you from a $20 million man to putting in the news that people won't hire you no more and your career is done. Yeah.
So you said it was a setup.
You can do all of that.
You said it was.
I'm saying that everything that happens in a business that's based off of pretend that seems like a setup is
everything that happens in a business. Everything that happens in a business that's based off of pretend that seems like a setup is.
Yes. What I'm saying is, if Jussie Smollett and Lee Daniels for a living make stories that are not real, and they make them so good that people believe them and buy them, and that's what business they're in, why would you think it would be weird if they flipped out and said a story that turned out to not be true?
Why? Why would we think that if they are capable of doing that for a living?
That's what they do for a living. They do that 300 episodes. Is take something fictitious and make it seem real. That's the business. Why would you?
I don't
understand that.
But I don't think Will was.
There's not very many mistakes.
I don't think Will was pretending in that moment. Either. I thought he was having a nervous breakdown in front of us.
Well, here's the thing. For Will to be having a nervous breakdown, for it to affect him like that, this is collaborative. So when Will Smith speaks, Will Smith is not the giant that he is solely on the merits of Will Smith or his family. There are 300 corporations that are a part of the Will Smith business operation. That is the $20 million a movie mega thing that Will Smith represents. And if you are the people that are in business with him, when you decide that you're going to do something, you can do it too. So these circumstances are not, we see them as, oh, this is live. He said something about his wife and then he got mad and jeopardized his career. And then the other guy had to decide what he was going to do with his career. And then we have to understand that these are the giants in our field if you're a Black person.
Correct.
This is two guys, too big and too good to be involved in what they're in. That would make sense if it's me and Michael Blackson slapping each other. Not Will Smith and Chris Rock. Okay. These are when two large boulders come together and you can't see Chris Rock winning at all. He's humiliated. If you were going to slap a comedian, he was the number one to slap, head of the coons, so slappable. And if you're going to slap him, you just need the greatest guy, the bestest guy, the one who's shown us him being on his best behavior since the 90s. That guy is the one that will have to slap him in order for the type of ratings we need and attention to be on this thing. See, what I'm saying is, in business, nothing is coincidental, or you would be hearing who's losing money. In all of these situations, it's only the artist that's losing. Somebody makes big money when these.
So, if somebody makes big money. So going back to Chris Rock, who says that his wife was sleeping with her friend's son, and it was something private. But once they got interviewed about it, Will Smith got way more hurt. And who is the one that he slapped? Him, Chris Rock.
Rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew Don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy, but they reaped $60 million in benefits.
Wow.
And they had some people from your city do it.
Wow.
I'm saying there's the good side and the bad side of these businesses.
But think about what you just think about what you just said. That's extremely thoughtful and powerful. It could only be what it was if it were those two. Those two, yes. Will Smith and Chris Rock. It could only be what it has been with those two Black men.
If you put any other names together, the police are out on stage, they've cut to commercial, you didn't see what happened. By the time they come out, people have been removed, it goes on. In certain ways, things are handled when it's not intentional. When things go smoothly, but they seem chaotic, that means there was forethought and a plan. Somebody, even if it looks like, Janet Jackson just had a wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, there's no such thing.
Correct.
I don't care who you blame it.
I believe that.
Somebody benefited. Yeah. So in all of these situations, there's a business involved and there's real money involved, and somebody's benefiting from this thing that looks like, oh, that just happened. Nah, no way. No way. It would be hard for a homeless guy to get into the Hollywood Bowl, let alone a homeless guy be able to rush the stage and actually.
So you're saying same for Dave Chappelle and this random homeless person. I thought the same thing. I'm like, how did he rush the stage? I've been to Hollywood Bowl. How do you rush the stage?
Look. This is the business. We're in the business where make-believe happens, where the job is to have something that costs 9 cents for us to make, and we sell it for $4.99 to you for a good deal. And it's okay that it costs us 9 cents. But in this business, the star is the commodity. These are real people, real lives. When you see things happen and you don't have all of the information, the true tragedy is what Jada Pinkett Smith is having to go through in that scenario, considering if at most you can say maybe she disappointed Will. Other than that, she has upheld Black women, actresses. We've never been embarrassed of Jada Pinkett Smith. She always worked hard for every role and worked hard in it. She always was willing to give us she's being successful she didn't get made by Will Smith. Regardless of what you think about her relationship, that's not your relationship. If it's an open relationship, understand that means him and men, not you think about it wrong. It's okay. These things matter.
I'm ready. You giving the inside because Hollywood know that, right? That's not new. However, I love for you talking about Jada, how people have tried to vilify her, especially after her quote unquote entanglement. I think it's so disrespectful. I think she has been nothing but class personified. And you know what I'm saying? Like she could, as a Black.
No, she's been more than that.
More than that. And I don't like how she's getting such a bad rap, because I was like, that's not what this is. When you go on.
No, there is a business where they fiddle with the perception of the people, and that's part of the job. Back in the day, it used to be called propaganda. Now it's just called business. They don't say we got to smear the candidate. They smear them. Whoever made you is who is qualified to break you. That's the end of it. When they bought you and put you on that Fox show, it was because you were going to do this and only this. You'll never do that. As soon as you breach that, they done with you too.
Facts.
They had decided that they were finished with Will when he did After Earth with Jaden, because there was no way they was going to let Jaden on. because Jaden didn't have to do what you had to do to get in. We're not gonna let you put Jaden and Willow on. And from there, they've done what was necessary to take him from a $20 million movie to put him in a position where maybe it can appear he has a nervous breakdown and now is unemployable.
Oh, so you saying, oh my man.
And it's not racist. They did it with the white actors as well. They cut down Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt and all of them from $20 million people to let them out there to dry and restructured everything. This is business.
This is business, but look at Chris Rock's own response. It doesn't seem like it's business to me. It seems like something that was weird, and Chris Rock made a mistake was to talk about it. Whatever thing Jada Pinkett Smith does and whatever thing Will Smith does, that is their private business. It's not left for you to bring it on public and discuss about it because that will get you slapped. No. And Will Smith hasn't just slapped just a black person, he has slapped even a white person too. So it's not something like he looked for Chris Rock to slap him because Chris Rock is a black person and also Chris Rock is weak. No. He has done that even to a white person too. So that argument of this is like we should just avoid people's own businesses, private businesses, and stick to us. Whatever thing they do with their lives is up to them, and it's not up to us for us to make comments or make judgment or talk about it because we're gonna get retaliations for it. Let's just do a little comments on Katt Williams. Listen to what he shared and listen to what he says. He says when things seems pretentious, there's a photo behind it, foreplay behind it. But for me, I don't believe it was something fake. I believe it was real. It wasn't something that was all made up. In my own perspective, in my own thoughts, in my own belief. You understand? I don't believe it was something fake. I believe it was real. I believe it was real. Will Smith definitely slapped Chris Rock because if he never did, why would Chris Rock make a whole video on Netflix like that, talking about how he's still feeling the pains of the slap? He won't go about crying about it on Oprah. He took the slap like Pacquiao. So it wasn't an arranged stuff. It was a real stuff. Will Smith definitely for sure slapped Chris Rock. And he felt the pains about it. That is why you see he does a Netflix special. Why would Netflix give Chris Rock $40 million? You understand? $40 million for his Netflix special. That is way higher than the one that Dave Chappelle got when he did his Netflix special. Netflix gave Chris Rock $40 million because people wanted to just listen to what Chris Rock did on the Will Smith Chris Rock Oscar slap. So people wanted to listen to it. You understand? People wanted to hear what he has to say and what he has to share. You share about it. So you think about it that way. Not everything. There are a lot of things that are coincidence, right? But Will Smith Chris Rock Oscar slap, it was real. It wasn't a coincidental thing. It happened for real. So it wasn't something that was fictitious or made up. Because if it was fictitious or made up, why would Chris Rock go about making videos about it? Making videos on Netflix about it, to talk about it. And I agree with Katt, whoever make is for sure qualified to break you. But I don't think Will Smith has been broken. He hasn't been broken. Will Smith is still there, he still does his things, he does his stand-up special, and he's still making his money. Still making his money, making a lot of money, living his life. Living his life. In life, we all make mistakes in life. Chris Rock took the blame for it too, because he made a mistake to discuss about the situation, about the incident. You understand? So things happen in life, and we just gotta move on in life. Try to avoid discussing people's own businesses and people's personal issues and all not like that. Let's focus on us. irrespective of if they discuss about it on podcasts or in interviews. But let's try to keep our minds away from people's personal businesses. That is my own take on the Katt Williams interview.